Oh, you will creep in on me when I'm trying to have a meal. Well, you never learn. On tonight's programme, a session from the Passions and a session from Wah Heat, their first, actually. Amongst the records, 3 new Joy Divisions. Well, one of them is the same one twice, but at different speeds. Then we've got the Modets, the B-side of their new single, a new one from the Slits. Amongst the other records, UB40, Daff, Nick Jones, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Acrylics, Clash, Dalmatians, Bill Nelson, X and the Dead Kennedys. And to start the programme, this is Girlschool. Only I felt that was true. That's Girlschool, single on Bronze Records, Nothing to Lose. And on the B-side of it, a thing called Baby Doll, which I'm not going to play you now, but I'm going to play you instead Oh Baby Doll by Chuck Berry. It's a bit tenuous, I know, but...
Baby doll, when bells ring out the summer breeze. Oh, baby doll, will it end for you and me? We'll sing all alma mater and think of things that used to be. I remember so well back when the weather was cool. We used to have so much fun when we were walking to school. If we stopped off to hear the latest songs they sing, time to just make it in before the bells would ring. Oh, baby doll, when bells ring out the summer breeze. Oh, baby doll, will it end for you and me? We'll sing the old alma mater and think of things that used to be. will it end for you and me? We'll sing the old alma mater and think of things that used to be. When the teacher was gone, that's when we had a ball. We used to dance and play all up and down the hall. We had a portable radio, we was all in the jack, but we'd be all back in order when the teacher got back. Oh, baby doll, when bells ring out the summer breeze. Oh, baby doll, oh, will it end for you and me? We'll sing old alma mater and think of things that used to be.
Ah, those were the days, eh? I could tell you a story or two. You'd be pleased to hear that I shan't, though. That's Chuck Berry and Oh Baby Doll. Next up on the LP is actually Guitar Boogie. Would you like to hear a bit of that? Come on, Chuck. Unscheduled incident, but well worth doing, I think. That's Guitar Boogie, Chuck Berry, and now the first in the Passions. It's Hunted. Very partial to that. Those are the Passions, and that's Hunted. This is a record I played you on last night's programme, and I should probably play it on the next 3 or 4 programmes, or more than that even, who can say. The Dead Kennedys, and this is Holiday in Cambodia.
You want everyone to act like you. Kiss ass for your bitch so you can get rich, but your boss can switch her off you. Well, you'll work harder with a gun in your back for a bowl of rice a day. Slave or soldiers till you starve and your head is skewered on a stake. Now you can go where people are one. Now you can go where they get things done. What you need, my son?
I defy you to ignore that. That's the Dead Kennedys on Cherry Red Records and Holiday in Cambodia, and I seem to recall reading somewhere that there's an LP by the band due, or it's being recorded or something. I look forward to it a lot, I must say. Most impressive. You may recall Wah Heat when we played a tape that had been recorded live at Eric's on the last night of that beleaguered venue. We have a session from them tonight, and the first is called Don't Step on the Cracks. Beat Baron, oh dear, sorry, I can't even speak. Beat Barons from Merseyside, that's Wah Heat, and Don't Step on the Cracks. Shall I give you the line of the band now? Why not? There's Pete Wiley on guitar, and he's also the singer. In brackets it says here he doesn't want to be known as a vocalist. Colin Redmond on guitar, Oddball Washington on bass and backing vocals, Rob Jones on drums, and K.J. Tyra on synthesizer. Graham Parker and the Rumour from the LP Up Escalator, and this is Devil's Sidewalk.
Took a walk down hell's pavement. Took a walk down, pulled by the tide. I had to make some new arrangement. Well, I thought I'd reach the other side. Then someone opened up their mouth to talk. They said, you ain't where you think you are. You just landed on the devil's side. The street lamp one night, the smell of burning rubber hit my senses. I thought I'd reach the other side. When someone opened up their mouth to talk, they said, hey, you ain't where you think you are. You're just stranded on the devil's sidewalk. You're just stranded on the devil's sidewalk.
Graham Parker and the Parker, actually, Brian has written down here. What a wag she is, that girl, to be sure. Graham Parker and his Rumour, and that comes from the LP Up Escalator, Devil's Sidewalk, the name of it. Now, there's a record that I used to see listed in the reggae charts when I was not about that high, but still achingly lovely even then, called Reggae in Your Jeggae, and I had no idea what it meant, and it sounded slightly improper. Actually, it still does, but it's available on the LP Tighten Up Volume 2, reissued in an edition of 1000, I'm advised, by Trojan, and it's by Dandy, and it still goes like this.
Reggae, 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 reggae. Reggae, 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 reggae. Lady, come make the action begin. Lady, come make the action begin. Come make the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Come make the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Lady, me no want no bang around. Lady, me no want no contention. Me just want the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Me just want the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Come make me give you the Come let me give you the number two and make you feel good. Lady, lady, me no wanna bang around. Lady, me no wanna contention. Me just want feel reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Me just want feel reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Lady, me no wanna cuss, cuss. Lady, me no wanna fuss, fuss. Me just want feel reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Me just want feel reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Look. Reggae, streggae, tear up. Lady, come make the action begin. Lady, come make the action begin. Come make the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Come make the reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Reggae in the grass, reggae in the grass, yeah. Reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Reggae, reggae inna your jeggae. Reggae in the morning, reggae in the evening, reggae in the night time. Anytime you like, just reggae, reggae, reggae. Just reggae, reggae, reggae. Oh. Reggae, reggae, reggae. Reggae, reggae, reggae.
How fearfully improper, or it might be anyway. That's Dandy, and from the LP Tighten Up Volume 2, Reggae in your Jeggae. Well, here's an unsigned letter which comes from North Finchley in London and reads thus: I wonder if you could find time in the 8 hours a week you are on the air to say hello to my boyfriend Roger in West Finchley, who seems to be more devoted to your programme than me. Personally, I hate it. Oh, they love me out there, you know, the little people. But that's perhaps because I have such conservative or bad taste. Could you also wish him good luck in his exams? Well, good luck in your exams, Roger in West Finchley. X from Los Angeles, and this is Sugarlight.
Sugarlight, we're addicts. Why do you think we came? He's pasting gold leeches on my arm. We sharpen up our teeth. White sugar, he speaks French. Memorizing yourself. He's open throated. In the corner, his rabbit hands. My arm is tied up
That's X from the LP Los Angeles, which gives you a bit of a clue as to where the band originate from. Badly constructed sentence there, but make of it what you will. And that's called Sugarlight. And in just a second I shall be playing you the new single from Joy Division, or the A-side of it anyway. And I did, during the day, check up to find out where exactly you could get hold of copies of the flexi disc, the free flexi disc of 2 Joy Division tracks, which I played on last night's programme. And it turns out that they're just going to be available in the same shops where you'll be able to buy the actual record. And there's no particular priority given to the giving away of them, as it were. I mean, no, you don't have to belong to any particular class or group of people. They'll just be there in the shop, and there's only going to be, I think, 20,000 of them. But I mean, this information I was given over the phone and have probably memorised incorrectly. But the single in just a moment, and I've got a card here, a letter, in fact, from somebody called Deck Hickey. Well, and it's got the word Fabaruni in it, and I must confess the last person who said Fabaruni to me has been in a coma since, November of last year, but I'll read the letter out anyway. It comes from Bedford. Dear John, it would be absolutely Fabaruni if you could play a request on Tuesday, June the 10th, between 10:30 and 12 for my girlfriend Jenny Fisk, Justin, Sister Yvonne, Dobber Lewis, Phil and Max Harris, Carl Bergin, Tom Locke, and all of the Wallbangers FC. A special hello to all local bands as well. Also remind anyone with, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And so it goes on anyway. But one of the bands that this Deck Hickey mentions is Joy Division, so the new single, and this is Love Will Tear Us Apart.
When routine lights fall, and ambition grows.
Joy Division, and that's the new single, Love Will Tear Us Apart, and on the other side of it, there's a slightly faster version of Love Will Tear... I hope it's slightly faster, it's certainly slightly shorter. If it's not faster, I'm going to appear a real fool, but I should play that later on in the programme. Factory Records, of course, FAC 23, the number of it. Here's Bill Nelson, Ideal Homes. So, he ends it. Get off. He ends it this time. That's Bill Nelson on Cocteau Records, Ideal Homes, one of 3 tracks on the B-side of his first single on Cocteau Records, the A-side being, of course, Do Your Dream in Colour. Another from the Passions, Real Mean. Very fond of the Passions, you know. That's called Real Mean. And I know for the rest of you it's extremely tedious reading out these letters when people send them in and they seem like nice people, and it seems rather churlish not to read them out. This comes from Ian MacDonald, known for an unknown reason as Ducky, and he writes from Maryport, Cumbria, to say, please could you play a request for my friends who are at present taking O-levels. Their tone will Al and others too numerous to mention, and I hope Al gets a job. Hope you all get jobs. Here are The Clash and Bank Robber. There's a job.
Some is rich
Well, I stand by what I said when I first played you that record. It's the best thing the Clash have ever done, I think, produced by Mikey Dread. I'll tell you the bit that makes it. That's the little synthesizer bits that keep creeping in there, you know. Amazing that, you know, I just took a stab at the record and came up in exactly the right place. Kenny Dalglish is looking after me even when the football season's over. Another from Wah Heat, this is Other Boys. That's Wah Heat, and it's called Other Boys. I can't tell you, what a treat it is to be able to play things like that on the radio for the first time. It really is. I suppose when it stops being a treat, it'll be time for me to knock it on the head. Great, they're very good indeed, that. And these are the Dalmatians, who come from Westcliff-on-Sea, which is apparently near Southend in Essex. It's called What Has Love Taught You? And that's on red vinyl, and I'm jolly pleased to see red vinyl and multicoloured vinyl records appearing again. I mean, there have been one or two in the past few weeks. I thought it was an amusing trend a year or so ago. Those are the Dalmatians, and it's called What Has Love Taught You? And in just a moment, the Slits new single, but before that, I've had a couple of calls from the duty officer here at the BBC. More calls, in fact, about the Joy Division vinyl, the Joy Division flexi-disc thing, the free one. And there seems to be a certain amount of dispute and debate about it, as I'm afraid inevitably there is going to be, and I rather fear a certain amount of ill feeling about it too before it's all finished, which is exactly the opposite of the intent of factory records. I know, but one person phoned in to say the record was only going to be available through rough trade, and then somebody else phoned up from Hull to say that the free records are only going to be given away by shop assistants to the people that they knew, and this is very likely true, I fear, not necessarily at rough trade, but wherever the records are available. As I say, I suspect it's going to become a rather contentious issue over the next few weeks, which is a pity. The Slits and Man Next Door.
He gets me down.
think it's going to take me a week or two to learn to love that, I must say. That's the Slits, the new single, Man Next Door, the Dennis Brown song, of course, and I should have followed that up with one of the current Dennis Brown singles, but I've failed to do so. The Members in Flying Again instead. One feels that more people should be playing this on the radio, certainly. Those are the Members and Flying Again, and now one of the two tunes on the B-side of the new Joy Division single on Factory. This is These Days.
Search hard for you and your special
Oh, sorry, that was a bit scratchy at the beginning. I seem to have spilled something on it. Well, I'll try and find a clear copy for the next time I play it, and play it again I certainly will. That's Joy Division, and These Days, and tomorrow night I've got sessions from the Comsat Angels and from the Undertones, but tonight it's the Passions. Those are the Passions, of course, bless them, and I've still never seen them live, you know. That's Absentee. And now the Acrylics, and a forthcoming single from them, which Brian has, well, she's put down Juvenile with 2 L's, but who cares, she's a home-loving gal. Juvenile Delinquent, the Acrylics.
She had it rough, the little ones and juvenile delinquent.
Two views of juvenile delinquency. The first, oh dear, right in my ear. The first from the Acrylics, and the second from 1957, and Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. Well, I mean, a lot of laughs here in the studio because there's somebody who's changing their name by deed poll to Rock Savage and are practising their signature for the first time. It's enormously exciting, and I think we've come up with the right answer. Do you know that for £1, I think it is, and an ad in the local paper, you can change your name to anything you like? Chinsley Hornblower, you want to call yourself that? Go ahead. These are the Modets and the B-side of the new single. It's called Bitter Truth.
Life is like for me.
That's the B-side. The A-side, as you know already, is Paint It Black, which I'll probably play again for you tomorrow night, along with their flexi disc as well. Actually, these flexi discs, although they're a wonderful thing and so forth, are very difficult to play on the radio because they're not actually of the best quality on many occasions. But I'll play you the Modets flexi disc again, which is Twist and Shout. Now, Bob Marley and the Wailers, a new LP which is called Uprising. The copy which I have appears to be French, but no matter. This is Bad Card. I don't care. I'll play anything.
I got tired to see me face. Can't get me out of the race. Oh man, you said I'm in your place. And then you draw back yard. I make you draw back yard. And then you draw back yard. Propaganda spreading over my name. Say you wanna bring another life to shame. Oh man, it's just a playing a game. And then you draw back yard. I make you draw back yard. I make you draw back yard. I want to disturb my neighbor, 'cause I'm feeling so right. I want to turn up my disco, blow them the full watch tonight. Hey, in a rubber dub style, in a rubber dub style, in a rubber dub style, in a rubber dub style. As we're guarding the palace so majestic, guarding the palace so realistic. Them a got tired to see we face. They said them can't get me out of the race. Oh man, it's just a big disgrace. The way you draw back yard, the way you make wrong moves, the way you draw back yard, I make you draw back yard, I make you draw back yard. In a rubber dub style, rubber dub style.
The single, curiously enough, about the weakest track on the LP, I think. Bob Marley and the Wailers, and the album's Uprising. And that's Bad Card, and more from that probably on tomorrow night's programme. I keep saying all of these things, and of course by tomorrow morning I'll have forgotten all about it, but if I haven't forgotten all about it, more tracks from the LP tomorrow night. Wah Heat? No, I was going to say this is the last one, that would have been silly. This is Some Say.
Some
An excellent debut session this, I think, from Wah Heat, and that's called Some Say. And one or two people have written in lately, well, I mean, over the past year or so, saying, how come you don't play as much folk music as you used to? And the main reason for it is that most of the folk records that I've been getting over the past couple of years have been intensely boring, generally speaking, but Nick Jones is a man who can always be relied on to come up with something pretty good. He's got an LP on Topic called Penguin Eggs, and from it, this is Barrack Street.
Sailors all come lend an ear, come listen to me song. A trick of late was played on me and it won't detain you long. I come from sea the other day and a girl I chanced to meet. Oh, my friends will be expecting me to a dance in Barrack Street. I said, my young fair maid, I cannot dance so well. Besides, I happen to Windsor bound, where all my friends do dwell. In to see the past 2 years, I've saved up £30. My friends will be expecting me this night in Windsor town. Well, if you cannot dance, me love, then you shall stand a treat. Have a glass or two of brandy and there's something for to eat. At 6 o'clock this evening, I'll meet you off the train. So don't forget to give a call when you come to town again. At 8 o'clock that evening then the drinking did begin. And when we all had drunk our fill and the dancing did begin, me and me love danced all around to a merry tune. She says, me dear, let us retire to a chamber alone. So dancing being over and to bed we did repair, and there I fell fast asleep, the truth I will declare. Me darling with me £30 gold watch and chain had fled, left me here poor Jack alone, stark naked in bed. So I looked all around me and there's nothing I could spy, but a woman's shirt and apron all on the bed did lie. I wrung me hands and tore me hair, crying, oh, what shall I do? Fare you well, sweet Windsor town, I'm sure I'll never see you. Well, everything being silent and the hour but 12 o'clock, I put on the shirt and apron and I steered for Cronan's Wharf. The captain says, now Jack, I thought you were to Windsor bound. You might have got a better suit than that for £30. I might have got a better suit if I'd have got the chance. I met a girl in Barrack Street, she took me to a dance. I danced me own destruction, now I'm stripped from head to feet. Swear that I will go no more down in Barrack Street. So all of you young sailor lads, a warning take from me, and beware of all your company when you go out on a spree. And keep clear of Barrack Street or else you'll rue the day in a woman's shirt and apron, or they'll rig you out for sea.
Barrack Street. The title of the track. The LP is Penguin Eggs, and that's by Nick Jones. All good, solid English, well, Welsh, I suppose, if you like, words. I mean, Jones is Welsh, but you know what I mean. But now I've got to launch into German, I'm afraid, for this, which is a track from an LP on Mute Records, the debut LP by Deutsch-Amerikanische Freundschaft, and the LP is called Declinen und die Börsen, something like that, and the title is Osten wird am längsten, something like that as well, and this means the East will last longest, as I'm sure you already realise. The track is easy enough to play, even if you can't pronounce it. It starts very quietly, incidentally. You probably can't hear it yet. In fact, I can't either. What's gone wrong? Well, it's there somewhere. Well, that's called Whatever It Was That I Said Before from the LP, which is called Whatever It Was I Said Before, and that's Deutsch Amerikanische Freundschaft, and it's on the Mute label. That much I am prepared to tell you. Now, UB40, you've doubtless heard My Way of Thinking, I mean the song My Way of Thinking, on several occasions. Here's the 12-inch version of same. And this is the 12-inch version of the same. Who at the control? That's UB40 and the 12-inch version of My Way of Thinking on Graduate Records, of course. And so to the last from the Passions, Lies. Thoroughly gear, if you ask me. Those are the Passions. And that's the last from them on tonight's programme, and Lie's the name of it. Now, sometime in this next from Wah Heat, which is also their last, it will be 7 minutes to midnight. It's now, something like 9.5 minutes to midnight. I tell you this because the piece is called 7 minutes to midnight. you won't think I'm being immodest when I say that this has been a cracker of a programme. I mean, I'm always terrific, as you know, but the sessions tonight have been particularly good, and the records as well. That was Wah Heat, the last from them, and it's 7 minutes to midnight. That's the title. It's actually 4 minutes to midnight. And time for Joy Division and the other Love Will Tear Us Apart from the new single on Factory.
Resentment rides high, but emotions won't grow. And we're changing our ways, taking different roads. Then love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart again. Why is the bedroom so cold? Turned away on your side. Is my timing that floored? Our respect runs so dry. Yet there's still this appeal that we've kept through our lives. But love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart again. Do you cry out in your sleep? All my failings exposed. And there's a taste in my mouth as desperation takes hold. Yeah, that something so good just can't function no more. But love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart again.
Well, I hope that tomorrow you'll tell all of your scrofulous friends that Peel's programme was very good last night. I mean, I think it's been ace, I must say. That was Joy Division and Love Will Tear Us Apart, the second reading, and the end of tonight's programme, which featured the Passions and Wah Heat. Rum-ti-tum-tum. And tomorrow night, the Comsat Angels and the Undertones, let me remind you, and more intriguing records, I hope, and...
It's midnight and we're together on all wavelengths 433, 330, 285, 275 and VHF. And this is James Alexander Gordon in the Midnight Newsroom. The headlines. Dearer petrol is on the way. The government are accused of political hypocrisy over the Moscow Olympics. Only a crumpled rose, but it's sold for £750. Ministers of the OPEC oil exporting countries have reached agreement on the new price of crude oil. At the end of their two-day conference in Algiers, they decided tonight to put up the rate by about $4 a barrel to a minimum of $32. The OPEC countries will also reduce their production by 1.5 million barrels a day. From Algiers, Mark Rogerson reports.
At last, OPEC have narrowed the gap in their price range, so it just reflects different types of oil rather than a free-for-all scramble for whatever each state can get. It will mean some price increases in the West. Petrol in Britain will probably go up by about threepence or so a gallon, although maybe not straight away. But this time, if the plan works, North Sea oil will not go up. Perhaps ironically, our prices are the same as those of the hardline African producers, because our oil is the same as theirs, and they're the ones that are being held in check by this plan. That'll soften the blow on our consumers, and because our price won't rise, it may remove some of the pressure on the world's money markets that's been pushing up the pound and crippling our hard-pressed exporters.
Shortly after the increase had been announced, a spokesman for Esso said any price rise was bound to come through to the motorist eventually. But he added that we wouldn't be seeing the £1.50 gallon of petrol immediately. BP said it could be 2 days before the effect of the increase had been calculated. And Texaco gave a warning that it would be unrealistic to expect the price of crude oil not to be reflected at the pumps. The pay negotiating body representing nearly 500,000 nurses and midwives has tonight decided to put an offer of around 14% to its members for their approval. The package is within the government's cash limits. Nurses' leaders had originally pressed for a rise of more than 30%. A call for a national campaign of protest against the government's public expenditure cuts will be made today at the annual conference in Eastbourne of the National and Local Government Officers Association, NALGO. The union's leaders are recommending that members should be prepared to take industrial action to fight the cuts. This report from our Labour correspondent, Nicholas Jones.
As the largest white-collar union in the country, with over 750,000 members, NALGO has usually restricted industrial action to pay disputes or occasion when members' jobs are threatened. But now, in order to fight cuts in public services, the leadership is recommending that members should be ready to take industrial action whether or not this involves the loss of jobs. NALGO has already been accused by the Environment Secretary, Mr. Michael Heseltine, of adopting a Luddite policy for refusing to cooperate in surveys aimed at identifying those local councils which aren't cutting local authority manpower. But it's clear from the resolutions before the conference and the leadership's backing for the wider use of industrial action that the union is preparing itself for what could be a national campaign against government policy.
A new appeal from Mrs. Thatcher for athletes to stay away from the Moscow Olympics has been described as political hypocrisy by the General Secretary of the British Olympic Association, Dick Palmer. He said British athletes were expected to make sacrifices while the politicians themselves did nothing about trade links with the Soviet Union. Mrs. Thatcher's latest appeal came during Prime Minister's question time in the Commons in response to the Conservative backbencher Winston Churchill. A rose given to the late court photographer Sir Cecil Beaton nearly half a century ago by the film star Greta Garbo has been sold for £750 at the auction of his belongings in Wiltshire. The details from Bruce Parker.
As a crumpled, faded flower in a rather dowdy frame 2 3/4 inches square, this dead rose had no value at all on the art market. But a New Zealand photographer, Gary Rogers, paid £750 for sheer romance. Cecil Beaton had kept the flower as a constant reminder of Greta Garbo, the actress Beaton thought to be the most beautiful woman in the world, and who at a party in 1932 had kissed the rose. Gary Rogers says he wanted to give the rose a good home, and he'd have bid up to £2,000 for it, a sentiment Sir Cecil Beaton himself would certainly have loved.
Cricket. In an exciting finish at Trent Bridge, the West Indies beat England in the first Cornhill Test match. They got home with just 2 wickets to spare. And the weather. England and Wales will be cloudy with some thundery rain, but it will be drier and brighter in some places. Northern Ireland and Scotland will have sunny intervals and scattered showers.